Hello again everyone. So here I am, sat back in the woods in my squirrel commission. Quick look at the usual setup. It's my one-man pop-up hide and it's set up at 25 yards from the feeder. So here I am, set up in the hide, just having me breakfast. It's quite a cold, misty morning. Inside the hide it's the usual setup. On the small fold-in sort of carbon fibre tripod, I've got my FX Dreamline .22 with the Saber Tactical chassis stock on it, and as you can sort of see there, I've got the buttstock folded. That just gives me a lot more room within the hide, and on top of that I've got the electronic Wulf 4K scope for recording the shots, etc. So all ready to go, and it's just a waiting game now. Sit there, be quiet, keep still, and wait and see if something turns up. What are the chances of that? A leaf dropping out to you straight through the open window. So it was a little misty earlier on, but a quick zero shot to check everything's on song. There you go, spot on. And look who's here, Mr. Cool. If you watched my last video, pheasant's still there, nothing phases him. And like my last video, I'm just going to leave him pecking around there because he makes a really good decoy. So there's my decoy, Mr. Cool, just pecking around the base of the tree, etc. And does his job really well. Ooh, there you go. Customer number one. There you go, perfect shot. Straight down. My decoy takes a little run, but he's not totally phased, he hangs around. But that was a good shot. Squirrel does a bit of a breakdance, just with his nerves dissipating. Soon calms down there. So that's one in the bag. Sit back and let's see what happens. So this one came straight down the tree and straight onto the feeder. Caught me a little unawares, but he picked up a peanut and started feeding, but didn't present a really good shot as he was sort of facing away from me. So I kept my eye on him and decided to wait a little bit until he picked up another peanut, and hopefully he'd change his position and present me with a much better front-on headshot. So eventually he goes for another peanut, but doesn't change his position. So I take him out right there. Do bear in mind this is an FAC rifle, and I'm shooting H&N Barracuda Hunters. That's an 18 grain plus hollow point, and certainly does the business on these squirrels. Okay, so here's a bonus one. Magpie just dropped straight in and onto the branch next to the feeder tree and so on there. Took him straight out, no problem. And the only reason I think he came down was because of my decoy, Mr. Cool the pheasant. As you'll see, he's still pecking around the base of the tree and doing an excellent job as a decoy, as you can see there. There he is. Playing it cool. Not worried about the shot. Think we've got a thing going on. He brings him in, I shoot him. So I don't shoot him and put him on the table. Works well for both of us, I think, don't you? Now I've been watching a pair of what I think was young squirrels chasing each other around to my left hand side, and eventually they come across in front of me. One scampers right the way across a bit past the feeder tree and over to the right. And I'll pick him up now in a second because I don't want to lose him disappearing off to the right. There he is there. And he sits up and presents himself quite nicely in a moment. Finally get myself ready. Take him quickly. Have a look back to the feeder tree, and his mate is just hanging on the other side, but there's just enough for me to see him. And so that's good. There's a good double there. Pleased with that one. But looks like my mate Mr. Cool has abandoned me now. But it is getting a bit later in the day. At this point, I was actually just tidying up my things in the hide, thinking about or getting ready to go home, when I looked up and saw this squirrel coming down the tree. So quickly readjusted myself and got back on the rifle. And he comes down to the bottom, and I guess he has a look around at his fallen comrades that are on the floor here. So he has a bit of a shuffle on the floor, which is quite covered in overgrowth, as you can see. It does make it a bit difficult when they're on the floor, but it's just a matter of keeping your eye on him, and hopefully he's going to go back up to the feeder, which he does. Now he presents himself perfectly here in a second, and I'm sure if I remember rightly I went to take a shot there and realised it wasn't cocked, so I was getting myself ready to leave. And I think even I wasn't set it even here, because look, that's a perfect shot, and I just wasn't ready for it. And down he goes, and off away. And at this moment, I am cussing myself for not taking that shot. I'm really cussing myself. But I keep having a look around, hoping I might spot him again, and he might present me with a shot. So I'm scanning around the floor, and here he comes again. No messing around this time. No waiting around. There you go. Perfect shot. You can see where that's hit him. We've got claret all over the tree, and down he goes. So big sigh of relief there of finally getting that one. Okay guys, that's the end of the session now. That last one caught me totally unawares as I was just packing up. That was good. So there's the kit, as you can see behind me, and I guess it's time to go and do a pickup. What a day it's been. Really cold, really foggy, as you can see in the background there. I thought when I got here it was going to be a really slow session, not much to see probably, but no, it turned out quite good. I think we got 4 or 5 sort of squirrels and that bonus magpie, so that was bang on. So let's go and do a pickup and see what we got. Okay, usual quick shot of the kit, as you've seen in it.
FX Dreamline, the Wulf 4K scope, my pop-up hide kit. Now that sort of tripod I've been using, that actually folds right up and fits in my outside pouch in my bag there, so that's really good. Just gonna have a look how we've done. There's a feeder about 25 yards away from where I am. Now I do have to say, those H&N pellets that I'm using, Barracuda Hunters I think they are, 18 grain hollow points, they're excellent. They really hit with a good thwack. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 squirrels. I forget whether it was 4 or 5. But we certainly got a bonus magpie. So good session today. What I think I'll do is grab some of these nuts out the feeder, sprinkle them on the floor for my decoy pheasant, let him have something to eat, and I better open up and see how much food's in there. Leave it for a week or two before popping back, because it's starting to produce quite well. Okay, thanks for now guys. There's a hide all the way back there, zoom in as much as I can on my phone, all the way out, 25 yards away to there. Cheers for now, enjoy yourself guys, be safe, see you again soon.